Brandon Brigman and Todd Klein back with you here on GPR. Just a reminder to join us online at GwinnettPrepRally.com, where we have the world-famous message board and video highlights. You can also keep up with our Facebook fan page, so be sure to give us a like. Well, back to the highlights and a little deja vu for the Grayson Rams. Last season, the Colquitt County Packers ended the Rams season on their home field in the state semifinals. Fast forward to 2011, and the same two teams on the same exact field, but hopefully with a different result this time around. Nathan Shutter has more.
Grayson playing host to Colquitt County with a trip to the state championship game on the line. The home team will strike first. Nick Schuessler with the give to Jordan Germany. He gets around the end and waltzes in for the touchdown. Rams up 7-0. Colquitt County would respond on the ensuing drive. Charmaine Washington takes the handoff and powers his way in for the touchdown to tie the game at 7. But it wouldn't last long. Rams' next possession, the give is to Devin Gillespie, and he breaks free up the middle with nothing but green pastures in front of him. He gets slowed up around the 20, but stays on his feet for the touchdown. Grayson back on top 14-7. Second quarter, Rams back on offense following a Colquitt fumble. Nick Schuessler is back to pass, and he hooks up with a wide open Austin Meadows, who strolls in for 6, and Grayson leads 21-7. Packers would grab one back before the half. Willie Woodyard takes the handoff and bursts up the middle and into the end zone to cut the lead to 21-14 at the break. Colquitt County would have the first possession of the second half, but the Grayson defense stepped up with Robert Kendiche coming up with the quarterback sack to halt the drive. Then he would lend his hand to the offense, plunging into the end zone from a yard out to give Grayson the 28-14 advantage. Fourth quarter, Colquitt County down a touchdown when Willie Woodyard went in for the third time on the night to tie the game at 28. Under 30 seconds to play, Grayson now trailing 31-28. Schuessler back to pass, and he fires a bullet to Marcus Lindquist for the go-ahead touchdown. Rams take a 35-31 lead. Colquitt County down to their final play. Cole Seagraves launches it towards the end zone. The ball is going to be batted around before falling incomplete, and the celebration is on as Grayson advances to the state championship game with a 35-31 win over Colquitt County.
Well, Brandon, congratulations to Mickey Kahn and the Grayson program. They finally get over the hump, and they're finally in that elusive state championship game.
Yeah, this has been a long time coming for this Grayson program. You know, they've been to this is the third time in 4 years they've been to the state semifinals, and you know, you can sort of sense a sigh of relief, just the fact that they finally got there, they finally won it, and they're going to the state championship game. But I just hope they feel like they've accomplished everything for this season. I hope they still have one more win in them.
Well, this game certainly wasn't an easy one. Came down to the final seconds, and when the going got tough, Nathan Schuessler and that offense just really came up big when they had to.
Yeah, they were down on their own 13 with 7 minutes left, and they were down on the score, and they needed to go make a long drive. And Nick Schuessler came back and let them down for a great scoring drive. They, Grayson's obviously known for their great running game, but it was great to see Nick go down there and drive the ball and through a touchdown pass there with 28 seconds to win it all.
Well, back to the highlights, and the Buford Wolves are all an overwhelming favorite to win their 5th straight state title, but they would face a very tough road test in the state semifinals against Carver-Columbus, the last team to defeat them just last year. GPR's Jeff Batten has the call.
Buford may be the favorite, but it's never easy to win on the road at Carver-Columbus. First quarter action, Sam Clay hands it off to Dontravius Wilson, breaking tackles, fighting his way 17 yards for the touchdown. Wolves up 7-0. Carver would answer. Torrance McGee fakes the handoff, and he's going downfield to a streaking Darius Williams. He'll be caught from behind by C.J. Moore for the touchdown-saving tackle inside the 5. But it would only delay the inevitable, as McGee will keep it on the bootleg, score from 2 yards out. We're tied at 7. Tigers strike again following a Buford fumble. This time it's Noah Hickey running it in from 2 to give Carver-Columbus a 13-7 lead. Buford trying to retake the lead right before the half, but a bad exchange on the snap ends up in a fumble. Carver-Columbus recovers, and they lead it by 6 at halftime. Second half now, Buford on the move. Sam Clay looking to hook up with Ryan Dillard. Ball's tipped. Nathan Staub comes out of nowhere to make the diving catch to move the chains. Staub will be rewarded. Later in the drive, he takes it in from 5, and we've got the lead again, 14-13. Buford D would force a fumble deep in Carver territory, and the Wolves offense will capitalize. Clay gets free on the bootleg, 33 yards for the touchdown, and Buford comes from behind to take down Carver-Columbus. Your final score, 28-13.
Well, Brandon, we wondered how Buford would handle adversity, and it turns out very well, thank you.
Yeah, they were down a score at halftime, and they came back and put it back into, went back to Buford football, winning 28-13. That was probably one of the more fun, exciting games that they played all year. I know they love winning, but, at times it's got to be a little boring, having blowouts going into the fourth quarter, and, it just shows that, Buford's got a really good team.
Well, if you think you've seen this state championship game before, it's because you have. The fourth straight year, Buford's going to take on the same team, Calhoun. Is there any reason to think that there will be a different outcome this time?
There's certainly a different there's certainly a chance. Calhoun's a very good team. Obviously, even if they've lost the last 3 state championships, but to get there 4 years in a row, this is a very good squad. They seem to have cut the seem to have gotten better each year. They got blown out 3 years in the finals. Last year they took them to overtime. They got a very good quarterback. I do think this will be a big challenge for Buford, and it's not a cakewalk.
Time now for Will's World. This is the Brandon Brigman edition. We put 60 seconds on the clock and we get in the mind of Brandon Brigman. It's brought to you by Next Star Communications.
The first one up is Grayson's defense. If you look at these guys, obviously everybody knows about Kim Dichie, but they're loaded with juniors. Obviously led by Kim Dichie, but you got Casey Gaines, Jack Banda, Jay Strickland. These guys are all juniors. They're all coming back next year, and it'll be another great defense to watch. Next up, we got Duluth's Corey Jarvis, the head coach over there at Duluth, and he's going to be an assistant coach for the U.S. Army All-American Bowl game in January. This is a big honor for Coach Jarvis and for Gwinnett County. Just the fact to be selected for this game, I'm sure he'll do a great job coaching up the guys over there. And the last one is Rocky Capio-Bianco. He gets my vote for Offensive Player of the Year. Rocky's not the biggest guy. You look at him, he's about 5'7". 170 pounds. He's not your D1 looking Player of the Year kind of guy, but he got things done. He was a winner. You look at him here, just running the ball in for a touchdown. He led him to so many game-winning scores. Rocky gets my vote for Player of the Year.
Well, he gets your vote, and I think he gets a lot of people's vote. He had a great year. Going back to the defensive side of the ball, and Grayson, you talked about how good they are on defense this year. With Robert Kim Dichie coming back next year, how intimidating will this Grayson defense be next season?
Yeah, when you look at them, they got the #1 rush defense in the state. They're allowing less than 50 yards a game, and when you got all those guys coming back, you got to think that they're going to be a state title contender next year, despite the outcome of Saturday's game.
Time now to put Brandon's basketball knowledge to the test as we get his region championship predictions for the upcoming season. It's brought to you by Tommy Lee Carpets. We call it Beat the Post, and we'll give you a chance to do exactly that. And Brandon will start off in Region 7-5A girls. Who do you expect to be the 7-5A girls champion?
Well, I believe Diamond DeShields is still at Norcross, and Angie Henry's still there.
Yeah. That's right.
All right, as long as they're still there, the defending state champions, I like them repeating as the region champs.
That might be one of the easiest choices you make tonight. And we'll go over to Region 8-5A girls. Who is your pick to win that region title?
A little tougher in Region 8. I think it's probably a 2-team race with Brookwood and Parkview. They were the top teams last year. I'll probably give it the edge to Parkview. They got 3 starters coming back, so I like them.
And then we move back over to the boys, Region 7-5A. We talked about how tough it is. If you have to pick one team, who's going to emerge from Region 7-5A and win the boys championship? Yeah,
Region 7, this will be pretty tough. Obviously, Norcross is the defending state champions, but they lost a lot of talent, including their best player in Chris Bolden. He's now at North Gwinnett. So I'm going to give the edge to North Gwinnett. I think they have a pretty good team coming back.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very interesting region race. And then finally, we'll sum things up. Region 8-5A boys, who is your pick to win that title?
Yeah, another really tough region to pick. South Gwinnett won the regular season region title last year. Berkmar won it in the tournament. But I'm going to go with a different team, Shiloh, and Robert Carter, one of the top players in the state, going to Georgia Tech. I think he can lead them to a region title this year.
And let me get this right. Shiloh might be where you went to high school as well. I don't know. We'll see if Shiloh comes out. Obviously a very tough region. All right, we're out of time, but please join us next week for all the highlights from the 2011 Football State Championships right here on Gwinnett Prep Rally every Tuesday through Friday on GCPS TV. And you can go to GwinnettPrepRally.com for all the scheduling details. For Brandon Brigman and all of us here at GPR, I'm Todd Klein. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you under the lights.
Grab some wood there, bub.